So the data indicates that about 9 out of 10 homebuyers start searching for homes on websites like Zillow before they even get pre-approved and before they have any idea what their budget is. Oftentimes that's a recipe for disappointment because people tend to look at homes that they love even though they might not afford it. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through everything you need to know about getting pre-approved and why it's so important before you start that home search. So welcome back to the channel. My name is Justin Lopatin and I'm the #1 mortgage lender across social. And if you want more videos like this, hit subscribe and ring that bell so you're notified every time I drop a new video. So the first step of the home buying process isn't showing up at an open house or going on Zillow to find your dream home. I've had dozens of clients start their home buying journey just like this. They look online for weeks, they find their dream home, only to come to me to get pre-approved and realize that their budget does not support the home that they fell in love with. And I don't want you to be on that same emotional roller coaster. Your home buying journey should be fun and exciting, especially if you're a first-time home buyer. So let's dive into the pre-approval process, unpack it a bit so you can find out exactly why it's so crucial for you to be a successful home buyer. With home prices going up and interest rates going up, getting pre-approved has never been more important. So during that pre-approval process, you're gonna get clear alignment on your budget. It's gonna help you really understand and prepare financially, both for a mortgage payment, a down payment, and closing costs. And it's also gonna help you get aligned with your realtor so the expectations are clear and so that when you begin that home search, you're looking at properties that fit your budget and your financial goals. The three main components to getting pre-approved are your income, your credit, and your savings for a down payment. Most banks and mortgage lenders are always going to ask for a 2-year employment history. Based on how you're paid, that's going to determine how your income's calculated. For example, some people have a straight base salary and their W-2. Some people work hourly. Some people have a base salary plus commissions. Some people are self-employed and they don't have a salary. So your employment history and your income over the last couple of years is going to directly impact how much money you can borrow and what your purchase price will be. The second factor in the pre-approval process is your credit. And it's not just your credit score. It's your credit history, it's your debts, and your monthly payment. Your credit score impacts your interest rate. Some lenders go all the way down to a 560, and every 20 points that your credit goes down, your interest rate goes up. Generally speaking, the best mortgage rates require a 720 credit score or higher, and different loans allow for different credit scores. FHA loans have more flexibility than a jumbo loan, for example, where you're borrowing much more money. So during the pre-approval process, your lender is going to identify where your credit score is, what type of debts you have, what your monthly payments of those debts are, and if there's any derogatories or negative things like collections, judgments, foreclosures, because those things can sometimes impede or restrict you from getting pre-approved for a mortgage. And the third major component is your cash or your savings. It's not just how much money you have saved up for a down payment, you also need money set aside for closing costs, taxes, and insurance. Now, closing costs generally range somewhere between 2 to 3% of the purchase price, and that money is due on top of your down payment. So as a first-time home buyer, let's say you're putting 5% down, you want to budget a total of 8% all in. 5% for the down payment, 3% for closing costs and taxes. If the price point you were looking at was $300,000, $300,000 times 8% is $24,000 all in that will cover your down payment and your closing costs. Your cash can come from a variety of different places. Some people have money saved up in their checking and savings. Some people have money in their 401k or IRA. It's also acceptable to receive a gift for your down payment and closing costs from any of your relatives. So mom or dad, grandma, grandpa, Uncle Tony, if any of your relatives want to contribute towards your down payment or closing costs when you buy a home, they certainly can. It just has to be documented and paper trailed. So now you understand a little bit about what the pre-approval process means. We take a look at your income, we take a look at your credit, we take a look at your savings or how much money you have access to. The actual pre-approval process works like this. When it's time for you to begin your home buying journey, you get connected with a mortgage lender, someone like myself, and you generally complete a short online questionnaire where you provide all that information digitally. So once you provided that information, you schedule a 30-minute consultation with your mortgage lender and we talk through all those details together. What's your budget? What's your timeline? Where do you need your mortgage payments to be every month? What location are you looking at? What type of properties are you looking at? All these factors are important to understand, and your mortgage lender is going to ask you a lot of questions so we can get very aligned on your budget so we can take all those expenses into account. So remember, the goal of getting pre-approved is to make sure that you can comfortably afford your mortgage payments, that you know exactly how much you should spend on a purchase price because you don't live in the price, you live in the payment. So the best place to start is what's my monthly payment? What does that equate to as far as a price goes? Then you and your realtor can be very aligned so that you're looking at properties that fit your monthly budget. The last thing you want is to find a property you love and to overextend yourself financially so that 3-6 months later, you completely regret the decision and now you got to sell that home. So by the end of the pre-approval process, you should know exactly what your price point is, exactly what monthly payment you're targeting, exactly how much you're going to need for a down payment, and exactly how much you need for closing costs so there are no surprises. Buying that first home can be overwhelming. There's a lot to consider and there's a lot of information to take in and process so you can make the best decision. So drop any of your questions or comments below and make sure you follow me on Instagram at Justin Lopatin, where I share educational videos every single day. And if you have any questions there, shoot me a DM. And if you enjoyed this video, let me know by dropping a like and by hitting that subscribe button.